The Federal Reserve is meeting today and will announce its latest decision on interest rates. And here with the preview is CBS News Business Analyst Jill Schlesinger. And Jill, in December, the Fed cut rates. So what's expected today?
You know, we had that December cut, then they were pausing in January, and I think we're going to have another pause today. No action. That would leave the Fed funds rate at 4.25% to 4.5%. You know, the chairman, Jerome Powell, he recently said in an interview, he literally said, quote, "We do not need to be in a hurry." So let's take him for what he says and believe it. I think the Fed is seeking clarity as to whether or not those Trump tariffs slow down growth or create inflation, or maybe don't have a particularly impact either way.
And Jill, is the Fed concerned about the recent drops in the stock market?
You know, they really only care about swings if there is economic instability or if those drops become damaging to the functioning of markets. And we're really far from that situation right now. So I think the Fed looks past that market ups and downs, and they kind of just get on with what's happening in the economy.
Now, we know the Fed does not control mortgage rates, but what's behind the recent drop? And do you think housing is going to become more affordable?
I know you want me to give you much better news, so I'm not going to. Sorry. Well, mortgage rates have slid to 6.65%. You know, let's call it 6.5% to 6.75% for a 30-year fixed rate loan. But that's really not the great reason that you would think. It's due to the fact that the bond investors believe the economy is going to slow down. Now, affordability, I'm a little bit worried that tariffs on lumber and aluminum and steel, that could make building or even renovating a home more expensive. The rising cost of construction materials could add up to $9,200 for a typical home. That is according to the National Association of Home Builders. And so that means no respite for the people doing those projects, or no respite for the new would-be home buyers, I should say.
All right, Jill, thank you very much. And you can see Jill regularly on CBS Mornings and the CBS Evening News. For more analysis, go to JillOnMoney.com.